All right. It says we're live. So, welcome from the crossroads of America, a 1 hour talk show shooting with disabilities. But we will go on to guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Answer questions from the audience, either in the chat or by email at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page, PayPal, and all those other links are all down below there in the info section if anybody's interested. So, that's right, Two Live Move from the Crossroads. I think it's got its name because I think we got more interstates crossing through here than any other state in the country. I think that's why it's got its name. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, let's see. Let me see who was first in the room tonight. Mystic Guns was first, then Jason Stewart, then Roll Call 219. And who else did we have in? Who else snuck in? Kevin in New York. Then G-Webs. Two Live Moo. Defense Dad. Raphael's here, so everybody's starting to creep in now. Creep in is the wrong word. It sounds like you're slinking in because you've done something wrong. But that's not the right word I'm looking for. I don't know. Anyway, so far my panelist tonight is I have Jason Stewart. How you doing?
I'm in a little bit of back pain, but other than that, my spirits are good. Thanks for the invite. Always a good show.
Good. And then we got New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, and I sent out a second email, by the way, with the invites on it. The first one, I forgot to put the link in, but it should be in there now. So if anybody's got a link and wanted to join us, there you go. Hey, Sabrina's joined us. All right. I wasn't here Saturday because I had that family get-together obligation thing. That went all right, Way I look at it, it was somebody else cooked, and I got to bring a little doggy bag home, so that worked out for me. So, but the good news, well, it depends how you want to look at it. I went to the orthopedic surgeon on Friday, about my hip, and they're going to do it.
That's great, Rick.
This surgeon said, yes, your weight is a problem, but we can do it. He said, because I mentioned to him that I'm on a diet now anyway. I am losing, He said, well, keep on losing it because my surgery is going to be on January 28th for a total right hip replacement.
You've got mail.
So that's where we're going. So that's so hopefully it should make things better for me, i.e. my back. I mean, I got severe. That's the word they use, severe spinal stenosis. Which if anybody doesn't know, that's where your spine is getting smaller and smaller inside, and it's squeezing your nerves going through your spine. But anyway, where I'm going is with two good hips because I've had the left done. Now I'm going to get the right done. My back's still going to hurt, but it should help some because I'll be basically standing on a even platform. Because right now, before I had the left done, I was favoring my left hip. Now that, my right knee's done, I was favoring it by using my left too. So I wasn't balanced. So hopefully I will be balanced and, so there we go. And of course these guys do it. These doctors do it so well is they do it as most surgeries they do as outpatient, believe it or not, right there in the offices. but they said because of my, my size and my age and my health, because I got diabetes and all that stuff, they wanted to keep me in hospital they wanted to do mine in hospital just in case things go wrong. But they said you go in on the 28th of January. I don't even know what date it is now. They did tell me. Let me have a look. That's a Thursday. They said that we're more likely to let you home Friday. Just so so they just want me there just in case something goes wrong. They've got all the things they need to do. But anyway, they took new X-rays of my hip, and oh my God, it's as bad as my left one got. Where the ball and joint is, there's nothing left. It just looks like a crushed mass because it's full of arthritis and the bones ground down. It's it's just bad. So, anyone else? Am I buffering? It could be me because everybody knows my internet's not too good where I'm at. So, let me see. What can I do here? It's not that one. There we go. I can turn my camera off if that's going to make it better. I don't know. So, anyway, I lost my train of thought. So that's where we're at right now. So I will have, I won't be able to drive for a couple of weeks. I've already got the old man walker frame, and he says we don't believe in the ones that have the wheels on the front and the little tennis balls on the back. He goes, because they've been known to slip out on people. I said, well, you're lucky. I said, mine doesn't. Mine doesn't have wheels on it. It's 4 straight legs on my walker. So, and also I've also got a bathtub seat that sits outside the bathtub where I can sit on it and slide myself into the shower if I can stand up, where I don't have to step over and damage the hip in any way. So I got that from my last surgery, so I'm good to go. A little bit of I still have I'll have some physical therapy. They'll come here twice a week. So that's where we're at on that. So just wanted to let everybody know.
You got anybody to stop by and help you out a little bit, man?
Oh, yeah.
Help you walk across the house, do what you got to do or anything?
Oh, yeah. My cousins will stop by, the ones that live close. They'll be hovering over me. So it's not a problem there. So, oh, yeah, I'll have help. So, and I've even got one of them. Do the one day I'm going to be gone or whatever for surgery. I even got somebody in to take one of the cousins to come in and take care of the cats and give me shots. So things are looking up. All right. Now, and also the way I'm going with that is I think I'll be able to, as I said, being able to stand on a even platform should take some of the stress off my back. I think that going down to the range will be a lot better too. I'll be more comfortable while I'm down there. Hopefully I can stand longer without having to sit. That's what I'm hoping for. I need to get my ass down the range. I ain't been down the range. I wrote that down, made myself a mental note. Go to the range.
Tell your doctor you need a righteous job done so you can shoot better.
Oh yeah. I do. I need to. So hopefully it's all going to work out. That's what I'm hoping for. So There we go. Plus my insurance at the it looks like my insurance is covering everything except for I think the one day that I'm in hospital because I got a deductible for I think my deductible I think it's the first day or the first 2 days I have to pay for. Well, and I got to pay up to $340 for that day in hospital. But everything else is paid for. So to me, I call that a good deal. $340 is still $340, but it's better than paying thousands. And I'm hoping this insurance. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm hoping I don't lose this because we're going to have Biden care starting January.
Not so fast, Eric. Not so fast.
Yeah, but so I got to start anyway. I got to start getting back down the range and start shooting. I haven't gone much because I haven't been feeling up to it. I've been using excuses. It's too hot, or whatever. And the last couple of months I've been using, there's an ammo shortage, but I got plenty of ammo. And I've got enough supplies to reload a few, on my 380, I got 380s backed up here, and I'm getting short on small pistol primers. I've only got about 500 left. So I can reload another 500 380s. I can go shoot 200 or 300 tomorrow if I wanted to. That's how much 380s I got backed up. Of just plinking ammo. So
I've been ordering some reloading components this week. I'm getting ready to step into reloading 30-06.
Go! Oh, that'll be cool. I said I don't own a rifle, so I haven't gotten to any of those stuff yet. The only rifle I own is a lever action 22.
It seems to be okay. I didn't think I was going to actually reload rifle before. I was just doing pistol, but I have the equipment, and I'm learning every day about it. And the only negative I see down to it is like you're using 10 times more powder. So just a pound or two of powder is not going to cut it for a rifle.
Yeah, you can get, and you can do it with pistol too. But most the pistol that I load, I just use it. I'm just plinking with it, right? Just using ball ammo for target practice. But like when you're doing your, you can do the same with rifle. But rifle, you can, when you're reloading, you can get real precise and know exactly where that bullet's going to hit because with people get really spot on that rifle ammo.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do to customize your round to your rifle, but I'm going to reload just basically military spec ammo for M1 Garand.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going to chase any funny ammo trying to make some kind of professional long range shooter ammo or anything. I'm just running basic mil spec ammo like M2 ball.
Hey, that's what they shot during the war.
Yep. No use getting fancy. No special, Gold Cup national match bullets or anything like that. I'm just going to run just basic stuff.
Jamie and them will get you into 350 Legend before you know it, man.
I thought about that. That is the only ammo my dealer has. He probably has 50 boxes of 350 Legend.
Have you considered going down the casting route yet?
No, not really, because I'm not really into the lead bullet steel, and maybe someday. But I'm still learning everything, so I can't just jump into too much at once. You know what I mean?
I haven't gone down that route myself yet either. On casting my actual own bullets. You know.
No, I'd like to. I got a big pile of lead. Just need molds and a cheap way to heat it, I guess.
No, you can buy it. You can buy those things to heat it up and melt it down. They're not that expensive.
You know who Chico Wise is? New York.
Yeah.
He obviously, you know, he's a caster, and you know he never pays full price for anything. So if you're trying to find once you get to that route, if you're trying to find a heating element, I'm pretty sure he could point you in a good direction.
All right.
Hey, John Brown Productions has joined us. How you doing? Yeah, so well, mainly that's what I was talking about was my hip surgery, going down the range. You know, I need to get out there and hopefully, you know. Oh, I did go shopping. What was it, Monday? At Walmart. And used the old scooter. Worked great. I done it slightly different this time. I was got a couple of customers mad at me because I would ask them to move out of the way because I said I'm coming through double wide. I'm coming through my scooter and I'm holding the basket on the side next to me, so I'm taking up the whole aisle.
I got a question for you, Rick, about the scooters and stuff like that. And I guess maybe like the power wheelchairs would fall into the same category. What do you do in inclement weather? Like if here in Maryland, it rained like 3 inches today alone. You know, so there's flood water everywhere, and your grass is going to be all muddy, or you know, real crappy crush and run road when it gets real wet. Isn't this? And what do you do about terrain when you're using your scooter, or I guess filling the power wheelchair also?
Well, I don't know. I mean, my if the weather if it's dry, my scooter will go across the grass and everything else. It will go through a little bit of water because the batteries and the electrics are all encased in a case. It do that. It will go through it will go through 2 or 3 inches of snow because I've done that in Rhode Island. I mean, but you got to wipe it down and everything when you're finished, you know. But mud, it has trouble with going through like on the grass and stuff when it's wet and muddy. Mine's not made for it, but you can get sort of like special wheels for it to grip better in that kind of weather. You know,
you got to put chains on it for the ice.
Yeah, but mine generally will go through 2 or 3 inches of snow, no problem. You know, it will go through. It will go long as it will go across a wet yard, long as it's not too soft and my thing will sink. But if it's just wet, it will go across it. It slips and slides, but it will go across it. You know. But real bad weather. Mine's not a off-road scooter. Mine's made just for, you know, what's the word for it? It's made for parking lot sidewalks and that stuff. But it will go across. I mean, I ride it on the lawn around my yard here, you know, and it's bumpy as hell, but it goes. So there we go. Now, I think he's not here tonight, but Willed and Well Armed. I think he's got a mobile electric wheelchair, and I think he's got his. He done a video with one of his going on some hike with his kids, going through the woods and stuff. And that one's made for that.
What about steep inclines, whether you're going down the hill or up the hill? Obviously, going up the hill, you got to have enough power to pull yourself up. Going down the hill, you got to make sure you don't go 100 miles an hour into a ditch.
Yeah, going up. Mine goes up a pretty steep incline. It really does. It all depends. The lighter you are, the bigger incline it can go up. Because I'm such a big boy, mine has been knowing to, like, my driveway is, I don't know, it's at a slope, and it goes up at no problem. It doesn't lose power, but when you turn the key on, it lights up in a half circle, showing you got full power. By the time I get to the top of the driveway, that line is sort of gone to halfway. But as soon as I hit the top, it goes back to full again. So it draws some, because my big ass weight on there is I'm almost getting it to the max when I'm going up this steep driveway. Going down it's sort of like if you let go, it's sort of like it's automatically brakes. So going downhill, I will go real slow and let go of the handle, the throttle, for a better word, and it automatically brakes itself.
Is there like a manual brake in case something goes wrong? Is there a way to stop it without having?
Not on mine. Now, also, like I said, now, like going up, if I'm going up my driveway, I can stop it halfway up and it will not roll back. It automatically locks. But going like my driveway, because of my weight, I might have to put my good leg out and push it to get it started again because of my weight. But a light person, only weighing a couple of 100 pounds, it would take off no problem.
All right, theoretically, if you had it fully charged and you had a perfectly smooth, perfectly flat surface, how far could you go in a straight line before the battery died?
15 miles.
15 miles?
I've never done it, but that's what the book claims. It will go 15 miles on a straight line.
Well, that's not bad. If you figure in hills and speed bumps and different stuff like that, and not getting run over by a car at an intersection, that'd probably put you at a good at least 12 miles on the regular travel.
Yeah, and mine goes, and when I've got it cranked all the way up full blast, you would have to basically almost trot to keep up with me because it's pretty nippy,
So instead of twin turbos on that thing, and you'll be moving.
Oh, yeah. Well, here you go. Will and Well Arms just joined us. We're talking about power.
What's the topic tonight, Rick? Thank you.
Well, we were talking about my hip surgery coming up and that kind of thing. But then Kingpin was asking about my scooter or power wheelchairs in inclement weather. And I was explaining about my scooter will do a certain amount. And I said, you've got a power chair. I've seen a video where you've gone on a trail with it. So
yeah, that Magic X8, it'll go over huge routes and up and down hills and up and down stairs, but you can't take it inside the house.
What do you like on? Say it's raining out. Is there any problem with it?
I only use that for trails and hunting and outdoors. I don't use it at all for day to day.
What happens if it's wet outside?
I just use my manual chair.
Okay. All right. I've just got to, because like my little scooter, like if I'm in the parking lot at Walmart, this has happened to me in Rhode Island, and there's maybe 2 or 3 inches of snow. My scooter will go through that, but not much more than that. Anything over 3 inches, it won't go through. But up to 3 inches of snow, my scooter will go through it. Of course, I don't wipe it all down when I get home because it ain't gonna do it much good, but it will do it.
My manual chair, it's made of titanium. It's real light. It folds up, and I've got big knobby tires I could put on it when it's snow or icy or I'm really going out to the beach or something like that. But normally I keep racing tires on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
they're a lot lighter, easier to put on and off, and they don't track dirt in the house.
Yeah. All right. I mean, let me.
But when I'm
out there.
Yeah, one more thing. When I'm getting in and out of the car, I have one of those hat umbrellas, not the beach ball colored one, but a really big one.
Yeah.
That fits on my head, and it's not so big. I can put it on while still between the car and put in my wheelchair and transferring from my wheelchair into the car. It's about that size, so I can stay fairly dry. I mean, I'm going to get wet, but not drenched.
Oh yeah, but I don't have no cover on me when I'm on my scooter.
I got another quick question, Rick, if it's all right.
Yeah.
All right, for this, I guess it's going to be for you and wheeled and well armed. What about maintenance? Say you're in a situation on your scooter where you've got to, Jason Voorhees is at your house, so 3 o'clock in the morning, you got to jump on and drive away, and your scooter breaks down. Can you fix it? Is it fixable? Do you have the understanding to fix it? Or if something breaks, it's pretty much a big piece of trash. And then I guess the same thing for wheeled and well armed. If something happens to your chair and you're in an extreme situation, so you can't just wait till later and grab a wrench or whatever. Like, can you repair it on scene? Stuff like that.
Well, on my scooter, if I carried spare parts, like if I needed like if the wheel fell off or the axle goes on brakes. If I had spare ones, I suppose I could change it. The motor itself, the electric motor is encased, so you can't really work on it. And it has 2 big batteries in it. That's about all there is to it. It's very basic on mine.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I have airless tires. The first 5 years I was in a wheelchair, I had pneumatic tires because I like the cushiony ride. But I got a flat tire when they gave me my chair at the Montreal airport, and I had to push about a mile with one tire completely flat. And I had to get the taxi to take me to a bike shop and get the bike shop to fix it while I was waiting in the taxi. So I do have I did at the time have a air kit, but at the time I was traveling and in Montreal and alone, so it was a hell of a time. Second time I had a flat tire, we were on vacation and we were somewhere in Florida and we kept running by the bike store and getting that pump. It would go down about once a day. So finally they ordered the right inner tube, and like on the 3rd day I got a new inner tube. But as far as little maintenance, I could take off the wheels, replace bearings, pull up cat hair and human hair out of the wheels and string that gets in the casters. So I could do all the basic maintenance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, my wheels are what's the word for it? They don't have tubes in them. I guess they're solid rubber or plastic. I guess it feels like plastic, But they got some nice grit. They got some nice tread on them though. So it works. So that answer your question, Kingpin? So if it breaks down, basically we're shit out of luck, unless we have parts with us.
Well, now, one time I did get hit by a nurse when I was going into the VA, and she just wasn't watching, and I was in the crosswalk, and she pushed my chair sideways about 40 feet. Yeah, I just thought I was going to die. I didn't have the wherewithal to beat on her hood or anything. I just screamed and was cussing, and finally she came to a stop. She was a little short Jamaican lady. I think she was too short to see over the dashboard and see me. But when she finally stopped, one of my wheels had completely ground down and broken off all the spokes on the side wheel away from her. And so they put me in a temporary chair. I got home, and I think I have 2 completely redundant chairs. So I do have backup cushion, backup chairs, backup wheels, everything.
Yeah, well, I don't have anything backed up on mine, but actually, I've never. I mean, but what I do since if I take the scooter, like if I go to Walmart, I normally don't try to find I'll go down through the handicap parking. If it's full, I don't drive around and around till one comes open. I'll just go way down the end where there's not many cars and unload my scooter down there. Then I'll just drive across the parking lot to get in the store. But I normally go very carefully, looking out for cars pulling out and all that kind of stuff. I got a horn on it, mine. It's a little girly horn. It goes beep beep, but it works,
That's kind of another question I was thinking about. I guess maybe Guns and Barbecue could chime in on this one too, maybe. With, being on your scooter, being in a wheelchair, having, compromised vision, do you find yourselves more on alert around general public because of, you might be on a scooter, you're not as easy to see, or you're moving fast or whatever, because that's pretty scary. Getting hit by having your wheelchair hit by a car sounds pretty freaky to me.
It does to me too. But I never thought about that. Yeah, they could do the same with my scooter. They could either reverse out of their parking spot without noticing me and ram into me and move me along. Yeah, damn. Yeah, that would be.
That's
Yeah, I was a bit traumatized for a couple months afterward, especially in the parking lot, like coming out of the grocery store and, looking back and forth like 8 times, making sure it's clear.
Yeah. Yeah, it would me too. But I said, normally if I'm going around the parking lot in Walmart or whatever, I mean, my head's swiveling all over the place. I'm making sure that it's clear,
Mm-hmm. And I think it's with people on the phone, people texting, people not really paying attention. If I'm across in front of somebody, I like to make eye contact with them.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, even like when you go into Walmart, they normally have the cross, that white cross X's and crossway in front of the store, which is meant to be the warning to a driver that's pedestrian crossings there or whatever. I even stop and look both ways before I even cross that thing. Because as you said, people on their cell phones or whatever, not even paying attention,
Well, I just want to add, don't take any of those signs or lines for granted when you're in most stores. So I can't speak for every state, but I know in my area, if the facility is privately owned, all those signs don't mean anything legally. So I personally know people that have been sideswiped by people blowing stop signs in parking lots, and the officer said there's nothing they can do. Basically, it's not something they can take it. It's just an accident. So, which creates insurance problems. Obviously, you got health problems, whatever could come across it. So, I'd recommend for a few reasons to be extra careful in parking lots. So, I know for myself, I've been physically hit as I've been walking at least twice, and I've jumped out of the way and helped push other people out of the way several times too. So people just don't really pay attention, or they look and then, think they're clear. They didn't see in the blind spot, and then they just start backing up. So in a chair, I think you're at more of a disadvantage as well as a child, because there's just a lower silhouette of a person in a mirror. So it's easier to miss. So definitely be cautious, everybody.
There you go.
Yeah, another parking issue is, the whiteout area next to the car, where it's kind of the unloading zone and loading zone. Well,
yeah,
I don't have a ramp or anything. I fold my chair up and put it in the front of the SUV. But I need about 3.5 feet. My door has to be all the way open so I can get to the seat. And I came back from a restaurant. I was alone, so my wife couldn't pull the car back. and some guy had just parked right in that little whited out zone. He didn't park in the handicap spot. He just blocked the handicapped people from getting in and out of their car.
No, yeah, I've had that. I've had that. As I said, that's why when I'm with my scooter, I don't. If I can't find a spot, I'll go elsewhere because I've had that. If they pull up too close to me, because I have that ramp, I have the carrier on the back of the truck, stuck into the hitch, and it has a ramp. The ramp has to come down to let the scooter off, and if they park too close, I can't get the ramp down. I got to move the truck, to clear the car next to me. And that's a pain in the ass. With my bad back and hip, getting in and out of the truck to move it 2 feet so I can load up my scooter and shit. It's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, I actually got a policeman see if he could give him a ticket, and like New York said, he wouldn't. He couldn't ticket it because it was private property. And I asked him if he could move my car back, and I warned him that there was a pistol in the doorway of the driver's side. And he thanked me for letting me know, and he thanked me for carrying. A nice guy, so he backed it up.
But he moved your car for you.
Yeah, he moved my car back like 5 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But you're right. I mean, like especially at Walmart, you said those crossed off areas. I mean, our Walmart, it has a humongous. Before you get to where you cross to get into Walmart, it has a huge crossed off area. Cars park in there all the time. Just they can't if the actual handicap spot is if there's not an open handicap spot, they're pulled right into that place and park. And it's not a parking spot. It's an off and unloading place for vans and stuff like that. Bastards.
And when you go to like a smaller, older shopping center, there's only one ramp, and it's 6 foot wide or 4 foot wide, and like you said, there'll be a car just parked right on top of that, and nobody even in the car. Just you got to go 100 yards one way or the other, 100 feet one way or another, get to a ramp.
Oh yeah, but that's some of the issues that we have when we do this. But to me, I mean, yes, people should be more considerate when they're out there for even the people, even disabled people. I've even had disabled people park real close to my driver's door. And instead of, I mean, I guess they're not paying attention when they're pulling in. They pull right. Oh, they're sort of like halfway out of their spot and half into mine. And for me to get, I don't have the wheelchair, but for me to get in my truck, I have to have my door open all the way because I use it to hold on to the door and steering wheel, and I need to pull myself up, and I need all the room to get up there, to be able to turn myself around to sit down, So when they park way too close, it screws me right up. But luckily I've had somebody with me one time who moved my truck for me where I could do it. And another time is the person happened to come out a few minutes after I got to my truck. Didn't say anything, just got in their vehicle. They got their handicap sticker on and they look perfectly normal to me. They're walking no problems. They're,
driving the mother's car.
More like that's what they're doing. They're driving it for somebody else, and they're abusing the system. But hey,
Guns and barbecue. What about you? Have you had a parking lot experience?
No, I can't say I have. As far as worrying about any cars backing out or anything, I rely pretty much solely on my hearing. Granted, I still have that little bit of vision, but by time I would realize that a car was backing out, it'd be far too late.
How do you manage that in today's world with the electric car?
if I've encountered one and didn't know it, then I don't know it. But pretty much everything around here, is still your plain Jane combustion engine.
Yeah.
So like I said, I just go off a hearing, and just actually this past Saturday, I was at a friend's house and things went a little sideways. So I was like, well, time for me to leave. And the only option I had was to walk 1.5 miles, almost 2 miles down the road in the dark, to get to the local police barracks, which I knew would be a safe place to go, make a phone call, get a ride, stuff like that. And unfortunately, I didn't take my cane with me because I was just literally walking out of my house, getting in their vehicle, going to their house, getting out, and walking into their place, which I know my way around all those places. I was like, oh, heck, I don't need my cane. And I was like, after all that happened, I was like, wow, really wish I would have taken my cane, but I ended up falling like 3 times.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I said my knees all banged up. But just even then, whenever I would hear a car coming, I would just take my foot and feel off to the side of the road. And once I knew I was at the berm of the road, I would try and see if there was a drop off or not, things like that. Let the car pass, and then I'd resume walking. But yeah, so for me, it's based pretty much solely on what I can hear. I don't have a handicap placard either because Pennsylvania is a pain in the ass about getting one if you're blind, apparently. I've applied 3 times now, and somehow it keeps getting timed out.
Yeah, there's got to be something wrong with that. Surely.
Yeah, and I've taken it down to my state rep's office twice now, and they're like, "Oh, we'll track this," and then it gets timed out, and we don't get any answers, and I got tired of dealing with it. I'm like, it's not a big deal. It's not. I don't need close parking or anything. I can still walk fine. Things like that. Like I said, I just rely on my hearing and hope that people are paying attention. But relying on the hearing, I feel like has been doing me pretty well.
Okay.
Can I just clear something up for the record, Rick?
Yeah.
I just want to make it clear. Guns and Barbecue knew that was the lady and not a fruit basket. So he bring that upon himself.
100%. I could smell her perfume.
Well, I must have missed the beginning of that story. So, but anyway. So that was all your fault, Guns and Barbecue.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I was having visions inside my head of something there. But, all right. So, no, but I think you should. I mean, I being visually impaired, I think you're entitled to a handicap placard just like I am. You know what I'm saying? It's a disability.
Yeah, but for some reason they make you jump through extra hoops here in Pennsylvania for it. I've actually, instead of just having my doctor fill something out and send it into the state, I've got to have my doctor do it. Then optometrist has to fill another portion out, and it's just a giant cluster. And then if it takes longer than 6 months or something, it times out, and you got to go back and redo everything.
Damn, I mean, when I moved, I had one from Rhode Island when I first moved here. I got them to send me the form in the mail. Took it to my doctor's. He filled it out. He didn't. It says get your doctor to fill it out and send it in. My doctor even filled it out and he sent it in. I didn't even have to, and I got mine within a couple of weeks. But yeah, that ain't right. That ain't right. What I personally myself, what I would do, I'm here, I'm talking to you, I already got mine, so I don't really have to worry. I would even bypass the state legislature. I go to your federal one, your congressman. Say,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm talking about your federal congressman up in Washington, D.C. They have gone to the state. I've tried this, and I bet you will get it within a matter of days. If one of his aides calls up and said, "This whatever congressman covers your area, this is Congressman so and so," I bet you would have that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I've actually got to go back to my state rep's office. One, say, hey, still never got that handicap placard. But I've got my trailer smoker that I still need a title for, because it was made down in Kentucky, and Kentucky doesn't do titles and stuff like that on trailers as long as they don't block the taillights of your pickup. So Pennsylvania is a stickler about it, though. So right after I had bought the trailer, it was 2 months after I bought that smoker is when I lost my vision. But so that kind of got put on the back burner and whatnot. Then got the stuff sent in for it, and they're like, "Oh, well, you need reflectors." So I go get reflectors, put them on there, send the stuff in again, and they're like, "Oh, well, now there's a $25 fee that you need to pay because it's been so long." And I'm like, "All right, fine." Then they're like, "By the way, you didn't need reflectors. Why'd you put those on there?" I'm like, "Because the last person I spoke to told me I needed reflectors." So I was like, "All right, well," at that point, after I had talked to the lady, it was like another 2 or 3 weeks later, I end up going in for a third brain surgery. So smoker gets put on the back burner again. Finally get around to bother them again about it, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's been over a year since all this has happened, so you've got to get it re-inspected." I'm like, "Why do I have to get it re-inspected?" Like, "Oh, because inspection in Pennsylvania is once every year." It's like, yes, but it's a trailer that never has to get inspected. The only reason it had to get inspected was the enhanced inspection to get the title. As like, so it will never be inspected again after this. So why do I need to get it redone? As like, especially when you guys keep giving me bad information.
As I said, I would bypass your state people. Go to your federal representative.
Yeah, let's say.
No, that's what I would do. But hey, well, I don't know. I mean, personally, that's the way I would look at it. If I'm not getting any from the local, I'll go further up the chain.
Yep,
that's what they're there for. That's why you voted them in last Tuesday.
Yep.
You know. Hey, anyway, anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Because I just wanted to. I was going to bring up politics a little bit. I see we're got 50 Senate seats now. Republicans have. So you're living in Georgia, ain't you, Wilton Well Armed?
I am.
Yeah, those Senate races are important now. You know, but see, here's the thing. Now, this is what I was going to mention. I'm glad you're here. Is with the what's the word, with the bullshit that's been going on. You know what I'm saying? I have lost total faith in the system. My faith in it was shaky to begin with, but it's totally gone now over this last chicanery that's been going on. Now, right. What I'm scared of now is a bunch of Republicans in Georgia are feeling the same way and say, fuck it. They're not going to get out and vote for these senators.
That was the plan the whole time. I said it from the very beginning. The Democrats were never trying to actually win this election. That's why Joe Biden, who never got any votes, became their candidate, and Kamala Harris, who never got any votes, became the vice. Two of the least popular people in the Democrat Party ended up at the top of the ticket. You know, this is all about scorched earth. If they can steal the election, they're going to take it. Why not? I mean, if you find $1 on the street, you're going to pick it up. But all they want to do is destroy the system. They've been saying it for 4 years. They were tweeting it out the other day when they nominated Coney Barrett. Burn the system down. This is all about destroying confidence in everything.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to bring this up. I mean, I'm going to pull one of their stunts they done to us. He is not my president. They kept saying that about Trump. He's not our president. Well, Biden's not my president.
Yeah, but once again, you also have the very, very fine detail to follow in behind that called "you're telling the truth." Because Biden isn't the president right now. If Biden ends up winning, then he's the president. But right now, you can say it. And
hold on, Kingpin. We haven't had the Electoral College hasn't even voted. That doesn't happen until December 14th, right?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Biden's not the president.
Yeah, who named him president-elect? The media.
Did you see the New York Times put out an article that said that the media is responsible for naming the president?
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So that's what I mean. These people don't care that they cheat. They don't care that they're cheating. Joe Biden spent 47 years in office lying and failing, and us looking at him and saying, you're lying and you're failing, and him giving double birds saying, what are you going to do about it? So stop being nice to these people.
I've been lying for 47 years, and you are making me president of the United States.
Well, I mean, remember all the talk about, well, we shouldn't be hypocrites. And remember last year when Obama had Merrick Garland, we should play fair and play by the rules. Why are you playing by the rules with people who only know how to cheat?
Yeah, they don't play by the rules with anything we want.
I'm not saying lower your moral standard. I'm not saying debase yourself. What I'm saying is screw these people. Who cares what they think, what they feel, what they say? They are disgusting and they hate us. Plain and simple. We're trying to reach out to them and we're trying to show them and deal with logic and understand all that kind of stuff. And they don't care. Shut up and do what I say. Shut up and put your mask on. Shut up and do what I say. They don't want to.
I mean, my state already does a total mask mandate here, but it can't be enforced. I mean, the way it's worded is that if I'm caught not wearing a mask, they ain't going to do anything to me here in Indiana, right? So fuck them is what I say. That's the way I'm going to be.
AOC's talking about making lists, and a bunch of people they already started making lists. Breonna Keeler went on CNN and showed a list of the Republicans in Congress that haven't called Joe Biden president-elect yet.
Oh, yeah.
So we're concerned about being nice to these people?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I said they're going to go with the big wigs first, but then they're going to get down to the little guys like us who voted for him. Hey,
I'm not necessarily
joined us.
Are you guys breaking stuff? What's the dealio?
You ain't got a lot of room to talk in the state you live in.
What's that?
Yeah. Hey, I see. Biden has selected your head health guy to lead the COVID team.
No, that was the guy that was in charge of what was it? Obamacare.
No,
he was the guy that actually wrote it.
No, your head health guy in Michigan.
I don't have a health guy, but
he is the co-chair of that COVID-19 thing that Biden wanted to do.
He's whatever, but he was the guy that was in charge of the
guy who invented the Obamacare is one co-chair. The guy from Michigan.
It doesn't matter. He's not the star.
Is he the one that said America was stupid for not paying attention? Is that the one? that was called on that lecture hall?
I'm not sure. I don't pay attention to them, but they're
all I know is the guy who's putting all those rules in there in Michigan is going to be in charge of the federal COVID plan now.
Who said that?
It's on the news. The
Yeah.
news
But what the hell does that mean? Really? Now, what the hell does that mean on the news?
Biden has said it.
I don't care about Biden. Who gives a shit about Biden? I'm just as much the president elect as he. So
I know. It
doesn't bother me.
You know, this is going to be this guy, the guy who done the Obamacare, and this I can't remember his name. The guy from Michigan will be the co-chairs of my COVID team.
Yeah, well, that's fine. In Shady Shores, where he's going to probably be living.
You know. And all I'm thinking is
that's a retirement home.
All the tyrannical things he told your governor to do, he's going to be doing it on a federal level now. Or trying.
You're giving them too much. Yeah. Anyway.
No.
So that's all you guys have been talking about?
No,
I couldn't hear anything out there. There's like nothing coming out on the.
No, we've been talking about handling parking lots with a disability and stuff like that.
Just that big truck and more gas.
Do you have a handicap placard?
No, I don't. Nope. I could have one if I wanted to, but no, I'm healthy.
Patriot, have you almost been hit in the parking lot or anything like that?
No, I stick out, and I'm loud and obnoxious. So but that wasn't when I was blind. People tried to hit me before, but not, not while I was blind. I mean, people tried to hit me when I was sighted, but
no, we're just saying because William Well-Armed got hit in his wheelchair one time.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
I was pushed about 40 feet in my wheelchair, and it disintegrated my carbon fiber wheel, and it gave me kind of post-traumatic stress syndrome for about 6 months, in parking lots.
Was that could be in the height as far as just not watching and then backing up or something? Or it was
a little Jamaican nurse, real short lady, and she's driving a big SUV. I just don't think she could see over the dashboard.
Yeah.
Or was late to work probably, because it was like 7:55 on, Monday morning.
Yeah, and what I was saying, like if I'm riding my scooter across the parking lot, I keep an eye out for cars backing up, coming forward. It could be somebody on their cell phone, not paying attention what's in front of them, and they can whack into you no problem.
Well, you carry one of those air horns, those canned air ones.
No, I don't.
It sounds like a joke, but that definitely would wake somebody up. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I was at the crosswalk. I stopped. She slowed down, and so I started, and then she just kept coming toward me, but I was already kind of in the middle of the walk. And so I was thinking, well, that's pretty damn rude of her. And I was thinking, well, she's just going to be rude. And she just kept on approaching me. And I, got 3/4 across the front of her car. And then she started pushing me and just kept on. It was like a scraping nightmare.
Yeah. So that's where we're discussing stuff like that. And we just thought maybe if you made it to the end of the parking lot and you got to cross the section into Walmart. Those people, they're meant to watch for people crossing through there, but sometimes I said they're on their cell phones. They're not paying attention. Because I've seen people, even when I come out of the Walmart door, go into my vehicle, I stop before I cross that road. But I've seen people, normal people, just come straight out the exit door and just keep on going.
Those are the ones that deserve to get hit.
And it obviously depends on where you're at to your location. Where I did my mobility training was a college town, and so they were more keen to watching because there's a school right in the middle of it that has a lot of blind guys or whatever walking around. But so they, I don't know if it's if it's in your face more. I think they pay attention. But like here, where I am now, they don't see many blind guys walking around and stuff. So some people, I mean, they see a stick and it doesn't register because if you don't, I guess, have it in your face or whatever. And I don't know how much is really taught about that. I mean, when I was driving before, I remember watch out for the cane and stuff, but not much training of it. I mean, who really mentions that? Is there anybody that talks to people about driving? I mean, obviously you should pay attention, but I don't know.
No.
But you got a fiberglass cane with a metal ball on the end, a metal tip, and that hitting your windshield, it wakes them up a little bit. Yeah. I have accidentally hit a car, but that was because they were, encroaching on the crosswalk, where you're supposed to stay behind the line or whatever. I just was walking across and, you slap their, the front fender or something, but nothing. But it's fiberglass. It doesn't mess anything up.
Yeah. Oh, Gizzard Gary says, I love it when a car parks with a handicap placard. The handicapped person doesn't even get out, only their driver. That's BS. Yeah, to me, that's abusing the system. It really is, I think. But, people do it. I mean, as we said, I've seen people pull into the handicap parking spot, and I look at them. I can't. There could be something wrong with them. It could be a mental disability, but you see them jump out of the car, skip across the parking lot, walk in the store, come whistling and skipping back out and jump in the car and pull off. To me, I don't think that's the handicapped person. I think they're driving the handicapped person's vehicle and just abusing the placard on it.
Well, I had some lady come up and start cussing at me. I just parked the car. It was a hot day. I just got in the car at one place, got out. I was about to get out a second time, and it was 105 degrees, and just kind of enjoying the cool air. And I got the car door open, and I was just about to pull the wheelchair across my chest, and some lady just came up and started cussing at me. I didn't know what was going on, so I started pulling out the wheelchair, and she just turned to apologizing. So anyway, kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some strange ones on it. Anyway, it's gone 8 o'clock. Just and were you listening when I was talking about my surgery, Patriot?
I couldn't hear anything on YouTube. It just came in when I commented. So
anyway,
I figured I'd jump in and see.
I don't know if to say it, third time lucky. This orthopedic surgeon, and I've done some research. He's meant to be one of the best in the state, right? Said, yeah, here do my hip surgery for me. He said, yes, your weight is a problem, but we can handle it.
That's great.
So January 28th. He said I could do it. He said I can do it this year for you if you want. I said no. Let's get the holidays out of the way. Then we're getting into it. So that's why I chose January 28th to get it. Plus I can lose. Plus it get me. He said losing weight is not going to hurt you any. So I'm going to, so I'm keeping on my diet, lose a few more pounds before the actual date. The more I lose, the better off I'm going to be. So that's what's happening there.
Somewhere local, or is it just like
you what?
Up in India? Is that local?
Oh no, I got to go to this doctor's office was in Bloomington, Indiana. It's about an hour and a half drive. The actual hospital I got to go to is St. Francis in, I think it's Mooresville. It's just outside of Indianapolis. That's about a 2-hour drive from me. You know? So, hey, if you want the best, might have to be inconvenient sometime.
How many days will you be down? Is that in and out on one day?
Well, he wants to keep me. Normally, they do it as outpatients in their offices, but he said, I want to do you in the hospital because of my size and age and diabetes and stuff, just in case something goes wrong. They've got all the support they need. But no, I'll go in. My surgery's on a Thursday, and he said we'll send you home on Friday.
Okay.
Then I'll have physical therapy coming maybe twice a week.
Will you be able to drive like that, or is it somebody?
No, I can't drive. I can't drive for the first 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I have to go back and see the surgeon, and then he will give me the okay to drive or not, depend how I'm walking and stuff. When I see him. So we go from there. But I've already talked to all my cousins who live near me, and they're all willing to help me and everything else. So, like to take me shopping or go shopping for me the first week or so, because I won't feel like moving much. But and I've already got a walker from my left surgery. I've already got the bath chair where I can. It sits. It's quite wide. I mean, it needs to be wide for my fat ass anyway, but it's really wide. A quarter of it sticks out of the bathtub, and I sit on that, then I slide in, for I don't have to step over and do damage to my hip as I get in. So
I suggest you don't ask Rob to do any shopping for you. Otherwise, you'll be eating tofu and lettuce.
Oh, I know.
In two sessions.
No tofu. But it did come to mind. I'm thinking, if you could stock him in an everyday diet, get him to stock up now. He doesn't have to do anything later. It'd be ideal.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, but then when he brings me my groceries, he'll depress me with all these negative things that may go wrong, So
yeah. He's got a sunny disposition.
Anyway, so that was it. So I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. Oh, where I was going with this, when my cousin come and picked me up, she brought a cooler in the house. And it was full of steak and stuff like that. So I got a freezer full of steak and stuff. Ribeyes. So I threw a ribeye on the grill the other night. Oh, man. It was good. I done a ribeye and I done a jacket potato in the microwave. I know that's kind of cheating, but so I had and I didn't have a veg because I cheated and said the potato's my veg. So I had the steak and the potato, and that was it. So, and I didn't even put any butter or anything on the potato. I just put salt and pepper on it. So there we go. Anyway, let's go through the room here and shout outs and plug. Jason, you've been very quiet. Any shout outs and plugs?
Thanks for the invite, Rick. Congrats on getting your surgery approved, and look forward to it now. No more worrying.
Yeah, and as I said, hopefully it ease some of the pressure off my back because I'll be standing straight instead of leaning one side or the other because of the way my hips are. Also, the original surgeon on my back told me I had to have both hips done before they would even entertain doing surgery on my back, or I would have a stable platform to stand on with that. So I could look after the hips healed. I could look into doing back surgery, but as I said before, it's bad enough that they're cutting into me on my hips. I just don't want them to mess with my back. You know what I'm saying? That scares the shit out of me. If something goes wrong, I'm screwed. You know, but I don't know. That's the way I feel. Anyway, New York Outcast. Any shout outs or plugs? Hit the mute button. New York.
Sorry, phone kept flipping back and forth every time I tried hitting the button. So,
okay.
No, thanks for joining us, everybody. I guess I'd just say be safe in parking lots. Obviously, everybody, disabled or not, keep your head on a swivel and don't depend on people to do the right thing. So, CYA, and you'll be a lot better off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For Saturday's show, I've run this because I didn't have a show this past Saturday, so my quiz questions carried over. I've only had a couple of entries. Mannix. It's a TV detective story back in the 70s, I believe, wasn't it? Manix. I wanted to know what his personal sidearm is, make and model. So that's the question. Email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. And of course, the swag pack you'll get, patch stickers and that kind of stuff. I might even I got some cool stuff from G website here, and I might try to come up with a really tough question and give away a good prize. So, all right, Kingpin, anything? Shout outs or plugs? Another one that can't find the mute button. Or has he gone off on me? Well, let's move on to the next one. We'll get back to him. Guns and barbecue.
So I'm just trying to pump out a bunch of videos right now. I've actually got one coming out, I believe, tomorrow on what does AR and AR-15 stand for. Just kind of something to give people a good laugh. I'm sure we all know it means Armalite rifle, but like I said, it's just for giggles. So if you want a good laugh, hopefully I'm successful, and check it out.
All right.
I literally couldn't find my mute button because when I came back to the screen, it wasn't there.
Okay.
I had to refresh and get my mute button back. So I actually couldn't find my mute button.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for having me. Great conversation. I appreciate you guys. If YouTube's still acting stupid, I'll drop a link to DLive, and you guys can check out Salty Cracker at 8:30 over on DLive and make fun of some lefties.
All right. All right. Willed and well armed. Any shout outs or plugs?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Rick, and congratulations on the surgery. I know you've been trying for that for a while, and I've got. I was going to do 3 videos in a series of changing slides, but 2 out of 3 slides just didn't work out, so I can't really do a shooting with them in a safe condition when they don't fit properly. So I think I'm gonna put all 3 videos together in one. So
okay.
Yeah.
Show what not to do.
Yeah, don't do this. This is unsafe. Don't swap slides.
Yeah. All right. So when you reckon that'll be out?
This weekend. I'll have it out Saturday morning at 9:30.
Okay. All right. All right. Patriot. Any shout outs or plugs?
Oh boy. No, I'm good. I just sorry I was late. I couldn't hear you out there, so I decided to jump in. I do have a video coming out that I talked about the winners of the first drawing. It took a whole week to get there because I got a new computer because the other one kind of went kaput on me. So now I should be up and running. So hopefully I can get some stuff out. But there is an update on the stuff in the giveaway. So check it out. Thanks.
All right. Okay, I think I got everybody. I want to say thank you, everybody in the chat, for stopping by and listening to us ramble. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I'll be back on Saturday at 3 p.m. Rick Life as I see it. So, and that's where we really get into politics, in my opinion, So, we'll see everybody then. So let me say good night to everybody and see you all on Saturday. So good night.
Happy Veterans Day. Good night,
Yeah, happy Veterans Day.
Good evening, everybody.
See you later.
All right.